Hi, I'm Alicia Layfield with Casa Layfield, Marketing, Events, and Strategy. And this is Nikki.
Hi, I'm Nikki Levario Canchola. I am a plus size content creator on TikTok and on Instagram.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring Nikki in here today to kind of chat and just wanted to know more about you and what you do and how you got started in content creation. And then also, yeah, we can just talk about how we met too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at Ojo de Agua, and you said that you had your baby shower here.
Yes, I had my baby shower here with some of my Latinas-N-Heels friends. They threw a
Oh,
nice little baby
so
shower friends thing for me. It was really nice. It was
that's
really,
so
really nice.
nice.
Yeah,
That's so nice.
you're so
Um,
sweet. Yeah.
yeah. So I met you through Maddie, and she
Girl.
was
Yeah,
oh,
that's
she's
my
so
girl.
sweet. She was Miss Plus Tennessee this year.
Mrs. Tennessee plus America.
Mrs. Tennessee Plus America. Okay, and then that's how y'all met in the pageant circuit.
So it was funny. I was Mrs. Texas plus America at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an event that was there's an HBO show here in Houston that's based off of a family. I can't remember what whole family.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we were at the premiere, at their HBO premiere,
Oh, okay.
and I had an event there, and she was there, and I spotted her like across the hall, like
You're
across
like,
the way, and I was like, that girl, I have to be friends with her. Like I somehow, shape, or form, we know each other, and I just need to go introduce myself. So I ended up introducing myself, and then like we hit it off. You know, her husband and my husband got along great too, and ever since, it's been.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Maddie introduced us. She was like, "Oh, you have to get to know Nikki." And I was like, "Okay." So the first time we met was at Perry's Steakhouse.
It's that $12 special.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
before inflation, was $12.
Pork chop Friday. It was so delicious. And yeah, and now we're here. I wanted to interview her for Hispanic Heritage Month because I think it's so important to really highlight Latinas in the community
Absolutely.
and other content creators and just highlight you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's important. It's important for other. Not. I'm not saying like important because like we need like spot. Like I think it's just important to show the many creators that there are. Not only in Houston, just like in the community. It's really important.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, tell me a little bit more about Latina-N-Heels.
Yeah. So. Yes.
And we are ordering,
Yeah.
or
Our food
our
has come
food is coming.
in.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, tacos right there.
Ceviche.
That's me. Thank you.
Do you want to move this?
Can you see? Like, I got the Tulum ceviche. I got the Tulum ceviche here. And then we started off with queso fundido. Oh, Nikki.
Oh, and then I got some chile en nogada.
Chips.
Oh,
It is so good. And then like this is the queso fundido. You guys, they give us a really good serving, which a lot of Mexican places don't. Like they always give like 2 tortillas and then like a little serving of queso. No, this is good.
And they don't just serve chips; they serve plantain chips too.
Love
So
that.
good. And then,
Love that.
yeah, can we show this plate?
Good chile en nogada representation here. They have the pomegranate seeds.
And then it's more of the Tex-Mex version that's breaded, right? Like
No,
the chile rellenos.
Chile rellenos are breaded. They have like a special way of like doing it. Chiles en nogadas just kind of has like this pomegranate sauce on top. Did they bread it? I don't know. No, they didn't
No.
bread it. Yeah. For chile en nogadas, it's typical. I've had a more bread. It's like literally a chile relleno, the way it usually comes, and then this on top. But to answer your question, so Latinas-N-Heels, I got started in it when I was doing like my plus size Mrs. Texas plus America stuff. That's when I was like really running for the title. I was really in the community. Not that I'm not right now. I just have a different focus right now because of my kids. But when I was doing all that, I was like, it was very important for me because my platform was She Se Puede. And so it was very important for me to just be out in the community and embracing, supporting, and just really kind of like what you are doing right now, but for Latina business owned women. And so it was really important for me to just show my support. So joining an organization that promotes that's like their bread and butter, that's their vision and values. And it was, that's just what I was like, hey, I need to do this. And so that was my journey into it. And I really, I have never met a group of women that is truly like 100% supporting other women without competition.
Yes.
And a lot of times that happens in the Latina community where we're like, we just don't want to see each other like not win, but it's kind of like, if she's like, you're not rooting for her because why didn't you root for me, or I'm not rooting for you because you didn't root for me, or I wanted to do that and now I'm projecting because I don't want to support you. And so you see that a lot, like not only in the Latina community, but I feel like women in general.
Yes.
So this group and it's not because I'm a part of it that I'm like all gung-ho for it. I really truly like, if I see a business that's in our group, that's the one I'm going to support if I need their service, Right. So I really like that about them. I don't own my own business. I do content creation, but they still support me in my content creation, space. So it's really nice to see.
That's so good to hear, and you just sold me on joining because I think you're exactly right. So many Latinas, it's more of a competition and not holding each other up or helping and support each other. And so that's so great, because I was a part of another organization and that membership is coming up. And so it was either Latina-N-Heels or this other one. And so I'm thinking more Latina-N-Heels because I can see it through the social. Like y'all are about really uplifting the entire group.
Yeah, it's nice because like there's businesses that I'm fortunate enough to know these women, like let alone just know that they exist, but be able to really like get to know them, be their friend. Like I'm like, even like you, all these women that I've met, I'm like, wow, like you make me want to own my own business. I don't know what business I'm owning, but I'm gonna own a business, honey. Like that I gotta do it. But it's more in that aspect where I see the empowerment of what women can do and what women can be. And that's where I'm like, because I've always been very what is it, like an entrepreneurial spirit. I just didn't have my own business, and so seeing women like that just really motivates you.
Maybe you create your own I know, so there we go. Maybe you create your own line, your
girl,
own,
I do, trust me. That's not that I don't have anything in the works quite yet, but that's a dream of mine. Like since I was younger, I've always wanted to be like a fashion designer. It was something like, it was lawyer, fashion designer, or like course. I really still want to be a lawyer, but like it was those two that just were like always on top of my mind. I just never knew anyone who did it. I didn't know anyone who could like I could go to ask. I didn't know anyone that like could show me, hey, this is what you want to do when you're starting, this is the kind of school you want to look into if you want to be a lawyer, or just things, that could help me, guide me. And now in my adulthood, I've met women and men too, like not to knock men or anything, but I've met people in that space that I'm like, oh, not that it's not hard, but okay, like with hard work, I could do it.
Yeah, you didn't have access to that.
Yeah, even like to this day, I think about, I help like my younger cousins and like people that I've met, that they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go like here for college or whatever, and I'm like, I just want to show you and tell you, because I feel like not a lot of people tell you can like reach for the stars, like
right.
You can be whoever you want to be as long as you're willing to put the work in, because I feel like nobody really was my advocate whenever I needed it to be. Like my mom's an educated woman. She has her master's degree, very proud of her. But at that time, when I was like a teenager, nobody wants to listen to their mom. Mom, you don't know anything. Okay?
Yes.
You don't know anything. So she was the last person I wanted to listen to, right? But now in my adulthood, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so thankful for my mom. Shout out to my mom. But like, I just didn't want to listen to her, And so I needed to hear it from somebody else. I needed to be like, hey, like, what do you want to do in a perfect world? If you could do it, if you could do that later on in life, what would you do? Well, and then I tell them, and they're like, well, okay, so these are the steps to do it. Yeah, you just got to do
You
it.
just got to do it.
And so I just wish I had that when I was younger, you know.
And it's never too late.
Mhm.
You're never
Exactly,
too
yeah.
young, never too old to start something.
Yeah, that's 1,000%. Because I've met a lot of people. What is it? I've like statistics. I think Dior was like 42 when Christian Dior like started his line. Karl Lagerfeld was somebody else. Like something else happened. Oprah
got fired from her first job.
Exactly. Like so many people have heard no before they were given that one yes to believe in them, and that's just something that I truly like. I hold on to.
No, I love that. Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Can we get into a little bit more of your content creation?
Yeah.
Like, and how you got into that? And I know you gave us a little background on it, but what really made you, I know you love fashion, so that's probably a baseline, but yeah, just talk about a little bit of that.
So I've always like, again, dreamt about being like a fashion designer or just like being in the fashion space. Like even when I was younger, I used to like, so this is before skinny jeans were like skinny, tight to your legs, skinny jeans. Okay, I was the OG like emo girl, scene girl. I used to sew my own pants. I would sew my own pants. We would come to Austin. I'm from El Paso. We would drive to Austin, and I would sew my own pants. I would sew my own things to like make my stuff like custom to who I was, accustomed to my body, custom to what my likes were.
Tailoring
my own stuff, girl. But but I'm no way, shape, or form like a
seamstress.
No, girl. I was sewing my pants with like pink and red thread. Like, come on, these are black jeans. Are you serious? But I would do that, and like so to preface it, that's always been like something that I've had. So when I became Mrs. Texas Plus America, I really like was like, okay, I'm in this fashion space. Like a lot of people truly have been telling me like, hey, your style is really cool. And I just never like this style is something that's in my head. I really have never seen anyone come out with a style that like is truly what I love. And so when I've met women, they're like, I love what you wear. I absolutely need to know where you're wearing, like what you get, where do you get your clothes from? So that's just kind of how it started. I was like, okay, well, this is where, like, this is your answer. Here you go. And I just started posting a lot on TikTok. During that time, I was like 3 videos a day, every day. It was a job. Oh my God. And I had a full-time job.
Right.
I had a full-time job, and I'm a mom. So I had already had my daughter.
You had like 9 full-time jobs.
Your
wife,
girl,
mom, a job. Yeah.
Exactly. No. And then I was running for Mrs. Oh no. Like it was a lot, but at that time I was gung-ho. And so I really created a community. I'm grateful for my community right now because they've kind of understood. I've taken a little backseat. You know, I'm in the backstage because just right now my focus, it's not that it's not fashion because it's still obviously there, but right now I just don't have as much time as I used to because you know, one thing is taking videos, second thing is editing, coming up with captions, posting exactly how you want it. Like you have to write a script before you do the video.
Right, exactly.
So, and not like it's super scripted, but I do have to have an outline.
You have to, some outline.
Yeah, so I really started there, and then, you know, I just kept on posting. And then I was invited to New York Fashion Week. I modeled, and it was
that's
such
amazing.
a cool
I didn't
thing.
know that.
Yeah,
cool.
It was really cool. It was a beautiful experience. I was with my husband. My husband was like my number 1 supporter.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, he was like, my husband is a very proud husband, and it wasn't without him that I could do everything. You know,
me too.
My mother-in-law and my mom too. Big, you know, my in-laws, my parents, they've been great in like supporting me, but my husband really just kind of like took on that responsibility while I was like living out this dream that I have, and I still have it. I just you know, newborn, I can't I can't be doing all this and have
how
a
old's your
newborn.
baby?
He's about to be 10 months.
Oh
yeah,
that's so you're still adjusting.
Yeah, and it wasn't as hard as the first time, but this time around it's just juggling both of them, and like I want another one too, so it's hard. Now I want another one. I never thought I was gonna be like 3. No, I thought I was one and done. Yeah, I was one and done for the longest, and now I'm like wanting 3. Oh no.
You're okay. We'll see.
We'll see, girl. We'll see. Because I don't know. We'll see. I'm having like I say that I'm in a space right now of like it's just like a waiting season, but I also kind of don't know what to do with my content because to just be very vulnerable. I've lost 70 pounds. So I was almost 300 pounds, and I lost 70 pounds, and so it's been hard to kind of understand where I lie in the plus size community, because I believe I'm still plus size. You know, I'm a size 16, but do I have the same struggles as I used to when I was like a size 22? No, I don't. But I was diabetic. I got, you know, I had to get healthy for my own health, and I just went on a very crash diet to make sure I wasn't diabetic anymore.
Right.
You know,
right.
so and I just, it's a hard like understanding of where I'm at, because I get diabetes in pregnancy. So if I have another baby,
gestational diabetes,
and I'm another
yep.
70 pounds down, imagine.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be like, you know, I don't know where I'm gonna be.
Right. As far as
you
where
know,
it's like plus size, mid size, and then just fashion.
Because I like ride. Because I'm like, I tell people, like, I've had people ask me like, oh, it's because you don't know, like, you don't understand, like, I have this fat right here. I was like, oh no, I used to go 300 pounds. I understand.
Oh, we understand.
I understand you completely. I just, not that I'm not that right now, and not that I don't ride for you, and you know, I understand your struggles. I'm just not that right now, just because I had to get healthy for myself and my children, you know. And so it's a hard balance. I feel like people can come for you real easily.
Oh, yes. It's like, oh, you're not plus size, or oh, you're not this or that.
And I'm like, I ride for you, girl. Don't you worry. I ride for you. Trust me. But
it's just so easy for people to go into comments and be nasty.
Yeah.
Some people do it for fun. Some people are just nasty. So you just never know. But
it takes a lot of self-growth to understand. Like, a lot of people also project, and you know, just giving them grace. Like, hey, you know, like, just because I don't present that right now doesn't mean that I didn't have my own struggle.
Right. Exactly. No. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the Casa Layfield fam?
You know, I don't know if this is, we were talking about it, like, if anybody sees it out there, just understand that, like, to give yourself grace whenever you're in a season of not knowing, trust in yourself that things are going to happen, because you could be in a season, a very busy season of your life, and be like, oh, boom, 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 everything's going, like, boom, and then you're just going to get to a place of, like, unknown, and just trust in the unknown, because things are going to flourish from that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh,
so that's where I'm at, and that's something I have to understand myself.
It's like you're telling yourself.
I'm telling myself that, because I go 100. I'm like 100 all the time, and to not be 100 is really hard.
Yeah,
you know,
and do the self-care.
Yeah, self-care, a lot of self moments. You know, because like if you're not somewhere, you're lacking in another thing, and just kind of giving yourself grace and all of that, because that all becomes you. Everything that you do is pouring into one cup, and if those things aren't pouring into that cup, it's gonna be lacking in that.
Yep,
so.
You're gonna be depleted. Yeah.
But thank you for having me.
Thank you. This is great.
To get into this.
Yes, let's eat. Yum. Actually, oh my God.
Huh?
This is so good.
A whole mukbang. I didn't know we were gonna do mukbangs, girl. I didn't know we were gonna be doing mukbangs.
Oh my God, it's so good. Okay. Y'all have to try some of that.
I do.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you. The girl, you making that look good, real good over there. I'll probably give you a bite of mine.
Some.
Yeah.
Okay.
All these sounds.